Hey there, boys and girls, a quick limerick for you. There once was a lass from Lordran. Of rapiers she had more than. When she was in a fix, with a flick of her wrist, she'd bury it right up to her sword hand. So you may be thinking to yourselves, how exactly is a lass armed with rapiers, at level 16, and a composite bow, with no levelling of any sort, going to defeat Owen Schmo? Why are we going to do it? By being cheap, of course. You may also be wondering why Knight Solaire is accompanying us. That's because basically he's going to be fleshy target practice for Pikachu and Snorlax. Well, I do a little something like this. Not missing. The missing wasn't intentional, but apparently Knight Solaire attempted to lightning me up the face for missing my target there. Very nice of him. It's motivational. Missed me. You know, I do notice the more I do this, perhaps I've been playing the game far too much, but his attacks really are rather slow. I mean, his movement speed is incredibly fast, of course, but in terms of the actual attacks, they're really not as fast as they do appear the first time you play the game. Admittedly, when I first played, I attempted to do this solo, which didn't help. Speaking of not helping, last one to there. I'm sure we dodged that. It really panicked him for a moment. Do you mind? SpongeBob was my dance partner. You take Patrick. No, whatever. But yes. Little known fact about Owen Schmo, the pair of them can indeed be poisoned. If you have enough poison arrows, they cannot be toxic, which is rather unfortunate, I do believe. But this adds a certain level of hilarity to it itself. I mean, obviously I'm going to fireball him in the nads a couple of times to speed things up a little. I mean, it'd take about half an hour and 2 or 3 times of actually re-poisoning him to actually do this, but I'm going to knock down his health as far as I can, probably without getting myself killed again, because I've already attempted to demonstrate this once and failed. But if I do this correctly, I should get quite a bit of hilarity. And he carks it of the poison. What poison? Why, the poison I just stabbed you with, Dragon Slayer Ornstein. And there is no antidote. Damn, you dodged that explosion like a boss. Now, I do have a fire S stock, which would be much more effective in actually damaging him. However, if I damage him too much, then it's going to rather take away the entire point of what I'm trying to do here. I'd rather not have to homeward bone out of the boss fight, so he can regen his health. No, ideally anyhow. The whole point of this is to display the utter piss take you can make of this entire fight, without having to resort to over-leveling, or overpowering even. These are relatively simple weapons I'm using. That should do it. What's wrong there, little friend? You seem a tad peaked. Yes, not well at all, not well at all. Perhaps you should have a nice little lie down, what do you reckon? He agrees. You can have a lie down, be fine. Nice nap. I'm going to take all my stuff back as well, while I have the chance. Yeah, we've all seen this cutscene. Let's just say that Smo's medical approach lacks something. A certain lack of maternal instinct. Gigantic bouncing bosoms notwithstanding. And yes, we can indeed poison him as well if he'll stop putting his hammer in the way. Oh wait, nope. Nice try. Again, that's a lot easier to dodge than I remember it being. You know, anytime you actually want to be a distraction there, Solaire, that'd be great, mate. You're not too busy getting N64 to death. Again. Ooh. One more. There we go. The purple glow indicates that he's A big fan of Jimi Hendrix. Purple haze floating round our titties. Excuse me while I kick your ass. Or you smash your own ass on the floor. No, whatever does it for you really, mate. But what is the point of this video here, you may be asking? The general point of this video is to show off that these two can be poisoned. But a big pair of tits there, that you can... Technically speaking, I probably don't even need to be level 16 to do this. I could be doing this at a much lower level, taking advantage of, things like, Fire Orb and the ability to poison them. Oh, fuck, no. Nah, dodged at completely the wrong moment. Thankfully, these leggings I'm wearing have just about enough lightning resistance, combined with the Guardian robe here, that I survived. Probably wouldn't have if I'd had base vitality though. Yeah, something to consider for another time, I guess. Where are you swinging, matey? I'm nowhere near you. Unless you like getting electrocuted in the balls. So that's like the special relationship you and Ornstein had. I always had my suspicions about you two. They spent a lot of time just hanging out on a balcony, A man has needs. A giant titted monster even more so, I do suspect. Yes, the general point of this video was to highlight the importance, nay, the imperative, of being cheap every now and again in your video games. A couple of people have commented over the course of my videos over the years that I'm quite happy to completely and utterly exploit various game mechanics and functions to my own advantage with absolutely no shame of any sort. Most famous example would of course be during my Dead Space plays. I quite deliberately sought out the edges of the map zones, the areas that the necromorphs could not physically cross, and would quite happily stand on the other side of them, blowing them to pieces, while they stood there in a panicked, dazed, confused state, and figured out exactly what the feck was going on. And a lot of people gave me quite a bit of flack about that. Do you know what? I think, is it Miyazaki that is the name of the chap who did the directing for this game, yes. Oh, and I led him as well, nice, even better. Forgot you can actually do that as well. If you have a bandit's knife, it's much quicker, of course, only takes about 4 or 5 hits, I think. Other than the ridiculous amount it took with my board and side sword here, but the fact is I can do it. Bleed damage, if I was a bit more brave during this fight, would have ended this even quicker. Of course, once bleed runs out, he stopped taking extra damage from blood loss. Yeah, the point I was generally trying to make is that I think Miyazaki agrees with me. There are several ways you can pretty badly cheap out this game if you want to, such as poisoning your bosses here. The guards outside can be poisoned, and you can just stand there and watch them die. They won't even come after you, as long as you're outside their aggro range when you start shooting at them with the arrows. Tons of things you can do. I mean, it's an important gameplay mechanic. And I just don't think it's, well, as research it could be. There's far too much emphasis on playing it straight, that's what I'm saying. And where's the fun in that, boys and girls, at the end of the day? And speaking of fun, I think as soon as he's finished dancing with me here, we can finish this, shall we? I got a good feeling. Yeah, let's go for it. See you next time, boys and girls.